Everyone, thanks for joining us for another Tea Time with an Everyday Quilter. Today we have Kathie joining us, and we're going to learn all sorts of interesting things about what she's working on. And don't forget, if you want to get your very own Quilts on Tour mug personalized, you can find it on our website, and the link will be in the description below. I think they're so much fun. I use mine all the time. So Kathie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, about me. Okay, I'm a granny and a great granny. I only have 3 children, but I have 12 grandchildren and 5 great grandchildren.
So that keeps you busy.
Yeah, they've been busy. But I have 2 here close to me that I live close by and stuff, so they're not very far apart. I lost my youngest daughter to cervical cancer. She was only 37, but
oh wow,
I say she's saving this place for me in case I get ornery today. And, so she got me taken care of up there.
Yeah.
And I've been most of my life I've been sewing related of some kind. I've even worked jobs. I worked jobs at a Hager Slacks company.
Okay.
And I worked there for almost 10 years. And then I worked for Gerber's children's wear. Made the little footed children's clothes. I love sewing. It's just something I've always had a passion for. And I haven't really been quilting too awful long, but I just kind of dabbled at it. But I just love this group. Everybody is so warm and so giving. I love it.
I was a little nervous, to be honest. I was a little nervous about starting the group because I've been in other Facebook groups that, you just have the drama, and I'm like, do I want to have to deal with that? But so far, like, everybody's been wonderful. Like I haven't had to deal with anything. It's been like everybody who's a part of the Quilt on Tour Groupies Facebook group. I just love you all because you guys just are awesome. You make it so easy. Right.
I'm working on a project right now since we had the red, white, and blue groups going. I joined all the groups because I had a project in mind for my son. He wanted a red, white, and blue Americana quilt. So I joined all 3 groups, but he's got a king-size bed.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to take quite a bit of squares.
Yeah, you're going to need a few more than that.
And I even added a panel to go in the middle, but there's so many people are giving me side swaps. I'm doing swaps with them too. And there's one lady I have to send her a shout out to her. Her name is Linda Starr. She is helping me so much. She's awesome. Awesome. And there's so many more though. There's so many more people on this group that are fantastic. Rhonda Schilling.
Yeah.
I love her to death. She just lives not too far from me.
Okay.
And Michael Thompson.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that he's helping me too. And there's just so many wonderful people. Wonderful.
There really is.
Yeah. I wanted to mention about my mask. I wanted everybody to know that I have broke a front tooth. So I just had to buy one of these masks. I seen it on Facebook. I had to buy one for this video. I just thought, this is me. So I'm pretty bold and
it's perfect.
But everybody thinks Granny's kind of crazy sometimes, but when you get older, you can be crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I can be crazy too. It makes life interesting.
Exactly. If you can't laugh, you're in bad shape.
That's right. So do you have any I guess special memories or a favorite quilt that you've made?
That's a funny one. I was going to tell you all about it. It's whenever I wasn't about I guess I was probably about 10, 11, and my sister, she's older than me. She was in the home economics in school, and they went through a sewing phase. You know, they had to sew something. Well, that's the first time I had even, because none of my parents, you know, quilted or anything, but I did have some aunts that did a lot of quilting.
Okay.
But I didn't know the sewing part came in it. But she brought that project home, and I decided right then and there I wanted to sew. So I took a pair of shorts and I traced around them on a piece of material. I traced around these pair of shorts, just laid them down. And I took them front and back. Okay, I've got both pieces. And so I took them to the sewing machine and I sewed all around it. And I even sewed up the legs, sewed up the top part. I didn't even know way to get into them. But that was my first sewing project. But I kind of learned from my mistakes.
Yep.
I enjoy it. I love sewing. Like I said, I've sewed for sewing factories most of my life. And that's a different kind of a sewing, but it was so in tune with me.
Right.
Because I love to sew. And that was just like a kind of like a perfect job for me, because I just love to sew.
Right.
And this deal about this quilting group, there's so many talented people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Their squares are just fantastic.
They are. We've got a great group of people.
I wished I could do some of that good stuff that they do, because mine's just kind of basic, but I enjoy it.
I loved that one that you sent out with the truck.
The pickup truck.
Yeah. I love that one. I have it in my pile somewhere.
The little red pickup truck.
Hold on, let me get it.
Okay.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
I just love that one. They'll be perfect for my I'm kind of doing the same thing. I got a panel to go in the middle. I don't know if I'm making it for anybody yet. I haven't decided if I want to give it away. I don't know if I do, but I'm going to put the panel in the middle and then all the blocks around it. So
that's what
it'll be a lot of fun.
I made the same. I made the pickup truck, and then I made a camper to match it. And it's because some of the people I was in the groups with, I had them in two groups.
Right. And you didn't want to give the same.
Send them the same.
Yeah.
So I sent them a pickup and a camper.
It's perfect.
And they're all the same color, so they kind of match if you put them side by side.
That's perfect.
On my quilt, I'm gonna make a set just like that to go above my panel, and then a set of blue of pickup trucks to go on the bottom of the panel. So there's gonna be a set in mine too.
Well, I can't wait to see the finished quilt. I mean,
it is gonna be beautiful with all of these squares.
It really will be. So do you have any tips for a beginner quilter? Oh
my goodness. Just go for it. Don't even worry about whether it looks right. If it looks good to you, that's what means the most.
Yep.
So just putting your time and your effort into it, and that's what makes the love.
Yep. I think I say this almost every video, that a perfect quilt is a boring quilt.
That's right.
It's bought off the shelf or something. If there's not something wrong with it, even if it's something only you can see, then that kind of makes it yours. And I don't know, I think that's part of what makes quilting beautiful, is these mistakes that come together and make this beautiful piece of art.
That's what I always thought about, even any kind of sewing, is that you can take this piece of material, just a piece of material, and make something fantastic out of it. That's what enthused me so much about sewing and quilting and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can just take a plain old piece of material and it turns out to be beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So did you have any projects or questions for me that you wanted to talk about?
No, not really.
It's okay.
I just was looking on there, the group. You only started it back. I mean, I began in it in like the day after you started it. Right?
Yeah. You're one
So,
of our first members.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
was
it's
like,
coming
wow, I
up
can't
to a
believe that.
year. I think
Yeah,
almost a year now. Yep.
that's fantastic. I
Yep.
can't believe you even thought about starting that. It's like,
I
it's a
was
good
so
idea.
bored during the pandemic, and I had just started quilting, and I'm like, there's got to be a way to reach out to other people who are just as bored as I am. And yeah, that's just kind of how it all started.
And quilting is such a dying art. I don't know of anybody hardly that ever does it
Yeah.
anymore, you know.
Yep.
And I just love that some of these people are showing their grandchildren, teaching their grandchildren
Yeah.
how to do.
Yeah.
I wished I could teach mine, but I think most of mine was boys.
Yeah. I have one boy, and he has no interest. And well,
Yeah.
he's older now. He's 20, so but he has no interest. And then I have two stepdaughters. They're 14 and 16, but they're
Oh,
not really interested either in sewing. They just want to play on their phones.
yeah.
But it's all right. I mean, it's even at that age, if you're not really into it, it's like more of a chore than
Right.
anything. So I
That's
don't want to
right.
like push it on them,
Yeah.
and then they'll really hate it.
Well, you can make it for them.
Yeah, I do have plans to make quilts for them. I have like a list of 4 or 5 that I want to make, and theirs are on it, but they might be
Yeah,
pushed to the bottom just because they don't like. I don't have any pressure from them to make them.
I got in the idea of making at least one, either a throw or something for each one of my grandchildren.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I thought I'd better start with my children first. So that's the reason I've got my sons going.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, there's some fantastic panels out there too to just build around.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a great tip for a beginner too. If you don't think you can make blocks for like a whole quilt, just get a panel and build around a panel, and it helps
Yeah.
make
And
a.
they're pretty too.
They are, yeah.
It gives it a focal point,
Yeah. Yep.
and there's some beautiful ones. There's some real
There
cute
is.
ones.
Yep. Yep. I got a couple weeks ago at my local quilt store, had some Christmas ones on sale, and of course I had to snatch them up.
Uh-huh. I know. That fabric is getting ridiculous. I couldn't believe I posted one just the other day about I had been going through some stuff I'd gotten out of storage that had
Mhm.
been in there for over 10 years. I know. And I started going through this one plastic tub, and it had fabric in it. It was like a play day. I was like, oh my goodness. And I don't even remember getting
Right.
the materials, and stuff. And there was one that was really cute that had little skirts on it, little
Yeah, I
dress.
remember that picture. Yep.
And it was like 7 yards or something. I don't even know what I would bought all that for. I just thought it was cute, I guess.
Yeah, it would make cute for like a backing on a quilt.
Oh yeah, that would really, really cute.
Yeah.
I'm pretty well much going to Quilt-as-You-Go now because my carpal tunnel in my hand is getting really bad when I do some hand quilting. So,
Right.
but this quilt that I made behind me, this one that I made on the spring swap,
Mm-hmm.
it was done that way, and it was so easy. And I did it and machine quilted it, and it just makes it so easy to do when you do it on the machine. I've never done a great big huge quilt on it, but just doing it square by square is not hard.
Yeah, I want to try doing a Quilt-as-You-Go. I haven't done that yet. That's also on my list of things to try.
My list is the paper piecing. I want to try that so bad. I've got some cute patterns that I love. I would love one. I've got a whole pattern that has nothing but horses' heads on it.
Oh, wow.
But it looks so complicated. I don't know whether I'd be able to do that one or not.
Yeah, they can get kind of tricky. I haven't tried them yet either, but I watched a couple of videos, and then I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
I know. Yeah. You watched the videos. It sure helps on the videos too. I'm glad you're making some videos too about that.
Yeah, I can't wait I have some ideas for the next, so our swap for the red, white, and blue swap just finished last week.
Yeah.
So I think this next 2 weeks, we're going to start the next swap. So if you're watching the video,
we
you
got
want to
some
join.
good things going, huh?
Yeah, I have an idea for it. I'm not going to tell you because it's a spoiler, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun. That's my next quilting video is that one. So keeps me busy.
Well, I just want to thank you for starting this group because it is so fantastic. And you're going to see me till the end.
Oh, good. We want you around forever. I love it when you put your posts up. I have to read them right away.
Oh, I just have to talk to everybody. I'm just that way. My daughter gets on me sometimes. She says, Mama, don't be talking to all those people you don't know. I said, I don't care. They're my friends. I tell them all about me. I'm telling them all about me.
Yep.
So she's a nurse. She does home health nursing.
Okay.
And so with all my health problems, it's really nice to be able to live here with her.
Yeah, I bet.
Good.
So I guess my other question was if you hand quilted your quilts or if you sent them to a long arm, but I guess we already went over that because you usually do the quilt as you go. Have you ever sent them out to a long arm before?
I've never done that. I've done mostly mine quilted by hand. If I did one, I would quilt it by hand. And of course, that's the way I was kind of raised. And all my aunts, like I said, there were beautiful quilters.
Mm-hmm.
They had beautiful quilts. And then one thing is that on every one of my quilts, I use, there's a couple I've done, but with the backing, you're talking about putting a different fabric on the backing.
Mm-hmm.
All of my quilts, usually I use the unbleached muslin. I don't know if it was just, that's what my aunts did. And, you know, my family always did was unbleached muslin on the back.
Okay.
And so that's usually what I'd use, just use the unbleached muslin. But I'm going to try and make some that are different, you know, with a different backing and stuff too.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty.
Yeah. That'll be fun. I like trying to put all the colors together and
I really need one of those walls that you can make your design wall because I don't have one of those either. And I think that's what I need.
Yeah, I was really blessed by my mother-in-law. She had this huge piece of blue felt. It's on my wall right behind the camera. And she gave it to me. And when she gave it to me at first, I was like, yeah, you know, I wasn't quilting at the time, but I was kind of into crafty things. So I said, I'll just keep it just in case I might need it one day. And then when we moved and we were unpacking and I had this huge wall in my craft room, it's like, oh, I know exactly what I can do with that felt.
Perfect.
And I threw it up there. But if I didn't have that, I would have gotten those plastic tablecloths that you can get, like even like at the dollar store or Walmart.
Yeah, that have the flannel on the back.
And they have the flannel on the back. And then I've seen people stick those up on the wall like temporarily because it's not heavy, so you don't need much to hold it up.
Yeah.
And then you know, when they're not using it, they can take it down and it doesn't take, like, it's not like a permanent fixture.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. You gave me another good idea.
You're welcome. And it's not that expensive either. You can just get like one of the big, the 70 by whatever the big oblong tables are.
Right.
Oh,
wow. That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, I'm all about doing it cheap.
Well,
I've seen some where they go out and they get the big foam core stuff from Home Depot, and then they tape it all together, and then they line it with batting, and and then they screw it to the wall, and then I'm like, oh, that's just too much work. Mine is stuck up with thumbtacks.
There you go. That'll work.
Yep.
That's so fantastic, though.
All right. Well, thank you, Kathie, very much for joining us for this tea time with an everyday quilter. I have enjoyed immensely getting to know you. I've been looking forward to this ever since I mailed out your mug. and we were getting ready to schedule it. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to talk to Kathie.
Oh, that was too. I was going, I just want to tell everybody. I want to tell I know I'm talking because you can see my mouth moving.
Yeah.
It's not
I love
somebody
that mask.
else.
So
Crazy.
just for everybody watching, if you haven't joined our wonderful Facebook group, Quilts on Tour groupie, or Quilts on Tour groupies, it's the link will be in the description below. And make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And again, if you want your Quilts on Tour mug, the link will be in the description below. They're $15.99 and you get them personalized with your name. Well, thanks, Kathie. We'll talk to you later.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.